Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about handling authentications on Django REST framework, but before doing that we need to be able to handle users. I mean login, sign up, or other user, um, processes. So first thing first, to do that we need to install something called uh, Django REST Auth. Django REST Auth is a Django also is from Django. I mean they Django team designed that or programmed that, and it's basically made to handle users, because before Django REST Auth, developers were trying just to do their own way to handle users through their Django REST API. So then the Django REST Auth came up, which is very handy when it comes to handling users, log in, log out, password change, all the social media, even social media logging. So we need to work with it, and it's easy to work with it and easy to install. So let's go. This is their page. I mean it's Django REST Auth. This is the documentation. So first thing first, let's install the framework. So here's our website. Our Django project. Let's run a new terminal. As you know, first thing first, we need to activate our virtual environment. So to do that, let's see what we have inside this. Yeah, this is the env. This is our virtual environment directory. So we'll do /env scripts activate, and as we see now, our virtual environment is activated. So let's go ahead and run install the Django REST Auth. Okay, it's asking me here to update my pip, so I'm gonna go ahead and update it. It won't take long. I'm trying to copy this. Okay, let's just type it out. It's good to keep the pip updated or up to date, so you don't face problems while installing frameworks or libraries or other things. Okay. So now we have our Django REST Auth installed. So what we need to do now is we need to see what we need to do for the installation after installation. So they're asking us to add those to the installed apps. So we found installed apps in our settings.py. So let's copy this. And this is the settings. This is where we have installed app. I already have REST framework installed, so I don't need this. What I need is those two for now: REST framework auth token and REST auth. Okay, save the file and go back to the site. So also Django REST Auth has its own endpoint, which is REST Auth, you know. So we need to add this to our URL file inside our project. So we just need to copy this and come here and add it. You can keep it, you know, you can keep it like URL, or we can change it to path, because if we keep it URL, we need to import that URL from another library, and we don't need that at the moment. So we just can keep it this way, as we did first with the API Auth. And let's head back here. So now we need to migrate our database, because you know, by installing Django REST Auth and adding the apps to our installed apps, some database created behind the scene, and without migration that won't take effect. So let's migrate. So basically we can just run python manage .py migrate. So let's see, it's giving me an error saying can't open file manage.py. Let's navigate to the folder. You see, we need to go to my API folder, so we go cd change directory my API. Now if we check the files inside my API, we can see this is the managed API. So now we can run the migration. See, migration done. After that, it's about here about registrations. So if we want to use REST Auth for Django REST Auth for registration, so there's some requirements like Django All Auth, which is known as its functionality of dealing with users or authentications. Yeah, and those the apps also that we need to add to our installed app in order to be able to use the Django REST Auth with registrations. So registering users, you know, and other operations on the API. So let's copy them. And just paste them inside our installed apps. And we need to give our site an ID, which is we can put it anywhere. Let's leave it here. So as you see here, there's two URL patterns that we need to use, and you will see how we're gonna use those. I mean, those just like URLs, like endpoints. We can use them, or you will see that we will use them normally in the browser, and you will see the feedback or the response we get from our Django API. So let's copy them. URL. Okay, this we already have it. So this we said we're doing that to just be able to do the registrations. Okay, that's it. Social authentication basically is, for example, you see in some websites you have the option to log in with Facebook or Google or Twitter or any other social media, website, and that's basically because uh, it's how it works. It sends a request with your credentials to Facebook or Twitter or Google, and it receives kind of a key from them. So this key can be used for you to be able to log in to your website, or any website. So we're not gonna talk about that at the moment. We're just gonna stick to our API and our users that we create inside our database. Okay, so let's see now. Now we have all apps installed and URLs or endpoints. Let's run the server and see what we get. So how we run the server is Python manage.py run server. I'm getting some errors here. 1 minute. Volume label syntax is incorrect. Okay, it's telling me here that no module named Auth. Okay, what that tells us? That tells us that we added this to our installed app, but actually we didn't install it. So how to solve this problem? To solve this problem, we need to install Auth. So how we install that? We go pip. Let me clear this page. Install. I don't remember if it's Auth only or Django or Auth. So let's try Django. Okay, so it's being installed now. After that, we run the server and we see if that takes effect. Because normally you can't just install, if you need to put something in the installed app, either it's an app that you created inside Django project or an installed app that you already installed, like we did with the REST framework or REST Auth. So before adding it to installed app, we actually did install it. So let's see here. Let's run the server. And as we see now, it's working. We solved the problem. We're just missing some migrations, which is giving me a message here. So let's close the server and run the migrations. Python migrate all migration applied. Okay, we run the server again. And as we see now, our server is running. So let's go to this URL here. This is our Chrome. So the reason why we're getting page not found, because we didn't assign any, or we didn't handle any view or any response for this particular URL. What we have response for is whatever we see here. So if we go /admin, this is our admin panel. Inside the admin panel, if you notice, there's some difference here that we have, which is this tokens. Tokens will include or will contain all the tokens key that gets generated when any user sign up, okay, to our API or server. It will be generated here, so we can use it to authenticate that user, okay, to prevent a normal people that only browsing to do things, and allow the users or registered users to do other things. You know, that it's kind of restrictions and authentications that we need to apply. So that's it for now, guys. The next tutorial we will continue with the Django REST Auth, and you sign up or register a user, and you guys see the token that we get here. So thank you for your time, guys, and see you in the next tutorial.